Pia and I are both coming to you from our friends' houses.
Yes.
We're in different locations.
And different states.
And different states. Wait, you're already in a different state?
Yeah, I told you I left yesterday. I like literally went straight from my shift, and my flight was at like 5:20 in the morning. So I went home for 1 hour after I got off of work, and then straight to the airport. And I am in New York, baby.
I thought you were recording early in the morning to go to the airport after.
No.
Yeah, that is some dedication.
Yeah. And then right after this, I'm hopping and going into Long Island for this surprise wedding.
Oh my God, are you?
Well, it's not. The wedding's not a surprise. It's a surprise that we're here for her.
Ooh, I love that.
Yeah,
that's fun. All right, well then let's get this party started. I don't even know where to start. Look,
it was good. It was
looks.
good.
Let's start with looks.
Okay.
What did you think of looks? I already did mine. What do you think?
Okay, so I thought actually everybody did a really good job. I thought in the sense of like I wasn't mad at anybody's outfits specifically except for Taylor. I looked like I liked her dress. Oh, Shannon. The dress didn't bother me. I didn't like her hair, and it was fine.
Oh, girl.
It was okay. I wasn't like mad about it, but I felt like a lot of people's spray tans were too orange. Specifically Gina was like I thought her spray tan was way too orange. Shannon, me and my friend Shirla and Jaleesa, who are sitting over here, they didn't want me to tell you.
Oh.
they were like, please let me sit.
Oh.
But they were like, they mentioned that like Shannon's hairline had like the spray tan they didn't blend it well. So it was like a really white line up there.
Oh my God, I missed that, but I'm going to absolutely stare at it now.
Yeah. And then, I think actually Tamra looked the best.
Yeah, and I hate admitting that, but Tamra, she just fucking nailed it.
I thought her makeup was good. Yep. She had just the right amount of spray tan.
Her makeup was great. Like I was actually staring at her makeup.
Yeah,
like, I think it's a lot, but it's like TV, so it has to be a lot.
Yeah, like I thought that she looked the best. I thought that I really liked how Emily looked. I thought she was good.
Yep.
And I think third place would probably be Jen.
Okay.
And
Heather in third.
Heather looked great to me, but like she just looked really classic, refined. But like for reunions, I just like standout people, and those are the ones that like stood out to me.
So you liked Jen's dress? I was so perplexed by it. I was like, what do I feel about it? It's like. Mm-hmm. It's like the shoulder pads went out just a little too far, and the sleeve.
Yeah.
It's like it wasn't like I get what she was going for, but the execution of the dress itself felt like it was a cheap version of a dress she wanted to wear.
I see that. I actually see that a lot.
You know what I mean?
I wasn't for her first reunion. I wasn't too upset about it. I put her in like the middle of the pack.
Yeah. Shannon for me was awful. Like
you hated it.
I hated it. I hated all of it. I was like, this. First of all, Shannon in like a chain meshy type of thing. It's like it just doesn't fit Shannon at all. And I can't remember who. It might have been Troy from Beyond the Blinds. He commented, Shannon is like got a group of gays around her that are like, this is so going to be good. You're going to love it. Trust me. And like they're not looking out for her best interests.
I definitely feel like they were cosplaying her.
That hair,
the way that they dressed her. Yeah, she kind of looked like she was. They kind of mentioned it, but Jersey? She kind of looked like Teresa. Yeah. The hair, it was like big. I don't like it. Didn't really seem like a Shannon look.
It wasn't a Shannon look. They're like, let's go edgy. Let's go.
And Taylor, like I like Taylor's dress, but her makeup and hair was very chaotic for me.
Listen, I have been, as soon as I saw those bangs, people were like, I like them. I'm like, no.
And the thing is, it's not that I don't like the hair. I don't like it on her, and she's just so like wild. Like I can't have her have wild looking hair either.
And so it just really adds to her chaos. So when I saw those bangs, I was like, not everyone can pull off bangs, especially not bangs like that. Those are like straight across blunt bangs into a bob.
I feel like actually if we take Taylor's hair and put it on Gina, it might have been okay.
I don't know. Those bangs are hard to work with. It's hard to work with bangs.
Can you Photoshop Taylor's hair and put it on each cast member and just see who could pull it off?
Yeah, that's actually a good idea.
If you have the time.
I want to see if I
Only
do.
if you have the time.
Let's see. What do I write for that note? Taylor hair swap.
I like that you're really going to do it, though.
I am. Because I now am curious, like, who could pull it off? As it's like Heather could like.
Oh, and make it a poll. Like, who do we think pulled it?
Who pulls this off? No one pulls it off.
Wait, put it on us too. Let's just. I think I can pull it off. I really feel like I can.
Oh, yeah, actually, you could pull it off, Pia. You 100% could.
I actually do have a wig that I got from Amazon, but it's a brunette and it has bangs. Because like I didn't have time to like get my hair done when I went on that vacation.
Oh yeah.
In Mexico.
Okay. Did it look good?
I thought it did. Maybe it didn't. We'll have to look at the pictures. We'll have to
look. Yeah, we're like, all your friends are like, it didn't.
It did not.
It was like we didn't want to say anything. Okay, I made fun of Gina for her real estate license thing just because it's easy to make fun of Gina. But I actually love that she's a real estate agent with houses and escrow. I'm like, that was actually really smart because she did it while she's on the show, so she's going to have that publicity for listings, and then when she's inevitably fired, because at some point she's going to be. She's like, I have a real estate license career situation.
And then she can move over to Selling Sunset and be on that show.
Exactly. There's options now. So
she has options. Maybe
that
even
was actually
Mauricio show on Netflix.
I was thinking either one, but she is such an OC girl through and through. Mm-hmm. Even though she's from Long Island?
I think she is from Long Island, yeah.
Right? Yeah. Okay, so they open with Tamra's package. She got off really easy. They bring up really easy. They brought up the things that she was doing while like she was on her podcast talking all this shit and the media talking all this shit after she got fired. Yeah. And it's just so easy for her. She really leans in to being sad after getting fired and just lashing out. And they're like, and Gina's like, yeah, I know. I knew that.
I was so irritated. Like, I don't know what Gina and Emily's obsession is with being Tamra's friend, but they are like, yeah, no, like I can understand why you like were lashing out and calling us all these horrendous names in the media. You were just sad. Like,
you were just sad about it.
No, she's not sad. She's just a fucking bitch. Okay?
Yeah, like,
and I'm tired of it.
Other people have been fired, but Tamra takes it to another level. But fine.
But they're so mad at Heather for allegedly calling her them losers. Like, just make it make sense.
Make it make sense. The viewer question for Heather, what was it like to get on good terms with Tamra only to have her turn against you? Or turn everyone against you?
Yes, like, thank you. That was a really good viewer question.
Whoever submitted that, thank you. Tamra's like, I didn't try to turn everyone against you. I really didn't. I just didn't know where we stood because remember on your podcast, you and your guest said that like there's no place for Tamra on the show. I felt like that kind of gave her away because she's like, I didn't turn everyone against you, but you did talk shit about me on your podcast.
Exactly.
Like,
so motive.
You had a vendetta.
You had a motive. Thank you for giving us the motive. Silver platter.
We knew that was the issue, and you just answered, okay, cool. Heather was like, you also then accused me of calling Andy to keep you off the show. And she's like, I am one small cog in an Andy Cohen machine. If I have 5 minutes on the phone with him, you think I'm talking about you? I was like, that's a slay of an answer.
Heather is honestly the most articulate person that has ever been on Housewives. You know how I kept on saying like, oh, I don't have a favorite. Like, I do. It is Heather. It is Heather. It is Heather.
Into it now.
It's Heather.
Yeah, Heather really won me over this reunion too. Like she was already doing great throughout the season, and then this reunion, I was like, Heather,
yeah,
you're good.
Yeah,
you got it, lady.
I really hope that she returns next next season. I know she doesn't need the show, but we need her on the show.
Oh, she better return. She's like a fan favorite now, as opposed to last season where everyone, like, not everyone, but a lot of people turned on her last season.
I was one of those people, but, you know, I realized it was the Gina effect. And it wasn't Heather. It was Gina.
Don't buddy up to Gina. It's not good for
Gina.
Image.
It was the proximity to Gina that irritated me with Heather last season, not Heather herself. She needed to distance herself from that fucking train of a mess.
When I had Kempire on, he said, he goes, I think with Emily, the reason why people haven't liked her is because of Gina.
It is.
And I was like, oh my God, you're right. I wasn't giving her a full shot because I was like, it's Emily and Gina.
Why? Like, I just hate her. Like, I just
it's so
like,
fucked up.
It is. So it's funny because I actually, like, as we get through this part one, I actually thought Gina crushed this
Shannon.
reunion.
She crushed it.
She crushed it, and I hate to give Gina any type of flowers at all, but
after this reunion
she secured her orange. She absolutely did.
She sure did. I was like, okay, you can come back.
She was like, I need to pay my mortgage. So she really came to work.
She showed the fuck up. Tamra, all Tamra has to do is she goes, well, it really hurt my feelings. And Heather goes, well, I am sorry for that. And Tamra just stares at her with tears in her eyes. I'm like, oh God, bitch. You could have just talked to Heather about this, even on camera, at the beginning of this season, rather than hold this like secret dirty grudge against her.
Yeah. But shout out to you for like you kind of said that before, like last week about the
because I forgot about it and then she proved it. So boom, theory proven.
Yeah. I like your energy with standing.
I do too. I think I'm gonna start standing from now on.
This is a really good
freeing.
Vibe.
It's freeing me.
Like you're using a lot of arms and
I need to just
I like it.
A microphone stand though, because my hand's getting tired, but I'm like
you're like really performing for me and I love it.
This is like too much. I need to get like a high table like this. This is nice. He has it up because my friend is a chef, so he does a lot of food cooking videos. So he literally has his table elevated on wooden stilts, so that, and this is all just like set up so he can like do cooking videos. So maybe this is like I need to get a high table and just okay.
I love it.
That's what we're doing. Jen's package. Gina right away gives her a nice, she sticks up for her. She's like, I just have to say for the record, since I know I was talking a lot of shit about her, she did not destroy her family. And Tamra goes, yeah, I shouldn't have said that. I take that back, by the way. I'm like, give it 2 seconds and you will be saying shit again, okay?
That's why
Shut up.
That's why I don't understand why they keep giving Tamra so many like chances or excuses for her behavior, because she's so what, she'll apologize, but then she literally will say something just as or even worse 5 seconds later. So it's like but when other people give genuine apologies, it's just not enough.
Oh, it's not enough. Not enough. She doesn't mean that. Ryan isn't coming. Smart. He's like, this is a no-win situation. I'm like, oh, he's watched the reunions.
As I said before, I said Ryan, I don't, like, he must have studied the show, because I actually think he handled himself quite well for all of the stuff that had been being talked about him. Like, that was a really great move, not coming to the reunion. Louis would never.
Louis would never.
He would never miss an opportunity to, because he truly is, like, the attention whore. And this man, so that it does kind of make me be like, maybe Ryan does really like Jen, because he did not want to go on the reunion for more airtime.
Well, okay, did you see the video that they posted, Jen and Ryan?
I did not.
Okay, I hadn't either. But then Besties by Bravo posted it on her TikTok, and I was like, oh no. Okay.
What?
It's not good. It's not great. Should I just play it for you?
Play it for me.
Because it's like, it made me go, oh, Jen's coming off a little brainwashed.
Oh, I mean, that also tracks, like, the way that she is.
And she like kind of, like, she gave me the ick in it too. Like the opening line feels like they've rehearsed it, like it's scripted. Okay, here, I'm going to play it. Sorry,
Oh,
I had it. I
God.
thought I had it queued up. Yeah, hold on.
Babe, I cannot believe that tonight is the final episode of RHOC.
You did amazing this year.
I would say we did amazing. Like, I was supposed to do this, but I had no idea that you were going to be...
I got hijacked.
You were going to be hijacked. You totally got hijacked. What was that like for you?
Definitely a wild ride, I will say that. And what I will say is the hurt and betrayal is real. People you consider friends to be in our small community where we put so much emphasis on our 7 kids, and to have these types of misrepresentations about us both, the blatant lies spoken about me, it hurts. It doesn't feel good. And I don't think people understand the impact of their really careless words.
That it matters, right? What people say matters. And I think I get asked, like, would you do it again, Jen? And I'm like, yes. I am hopeful to do it again. I think you and I both have had so much growth and so much clarity that coming to the end of this, I would say we both learned so much.
And that just cuts off so abruptly. Isn't it
is
weird?
Is giving hostage video. It's kind of reminding me of the Mila Kunis, Ashton Kutcher like apology video, where it was like clear they didn't actually want to be saying these things. They seem like they're reading off of a script. They're trying to hit their points. It's a very odd, awkward video. And so now now my opinion on him Ryan not coming, is changed from that video, because he just didn't want to have now, like, they wanted to put that video out so they could just have their little say without having to
answer
for anything. I don't know. That does seem sus.
Yeah, it was. I didn't see that Jen was like hiding things and not being honest, because that's what Tamra kept saying. I was like, what is she? I don't get it. Every scene seems to be pretty authentic.
Yeah.
But then that gets released and it's like, babe, what a season. And he's like, you had a great season. She's like, well, you weren't supposed to be in it, but you were. And it's just really, really staged and forced. Didn't love it.
Yeah, and then like even the end part seemed really desperate. She didn't need.
Yes,
to,
when she said, "I'll do it again." Yep.
Yeah, I really wish she hadn't done that video, because so far, like at least in part 1, I was completely fine with everything. I was even fine with the explanation for Ryan not being there. Like that video was not necessary, and it actually like
bad move.
Yeah, I think it took away some of her power that she had in part 1. I think that was a bad move.
Bad move
on their part. That was
really
unnecessary and awkward video.
A true misstep for sure.
Yeah.
Shut up! That is so stupid.
You know what question I used to hate getting asked? Are you getting enough sleep? No, of course not. But then Beam sponsored the pod and they sent me their nighttime powder. Let me just tell you, it has helped so much, not only with falling asleep, but staying asleep. The ingredients are incredible. Nano CBD, reishi magnesium, L-theanine, and melatonin. They all work together. So you fall asleep, you stay asleep, and I am waking up so much more refreshed. My skin looks better than ever because I'm sleeping. Sleep has always evaded me. Not anymore. And today, my listeners get a special discount on Beam's Dream Powder. Their best-selling, healthy, hot cocoa for sleep. There's no added sugar. It's now available in delish flavors like sea salt caramel, cinnamon cocoa, that's the one I have, it's so good, and chocolate peanut butter. Better sleep has never tasted better. Also, a recent clinical study revealed Dream helped 93% of users wake up feeling more refreshed, and 93% reported that Dream helped them get more restful sleep. All you do is you just mix Beam into hot water or milk, stir or froth, and enjoy before bedtime. It's delicious. Find out why Forbes and New York Times are all talking about Beam and why it's trusted by the world's top athletes and business professionals. If you want to try Beam's best-selling Dream Powder, get up to 40% off for a limited time when you go to shopbeam.com/SheSpeaks and use code SheSpeaks at checkout. That's shopbeam.com/SheSpeaks and use code SheSpeaks for up to 40% off.
I love that.
Then Emily outright asks about the ring shopping on camera. Like, she's like, do you think he just did that for the show? I was like, damn, Emily, okay. But did he? Because
I mean, I probably.
Yeah.
I mean, did it? But it didn't bother me. Like, the thing is, so what? Like, a lot of these people do a lot of stuff for the show. I don't know. Something about Emily's energy was just really off-putting for me.
Yeah, no, Emily is not winning. And she was winning. She was doing so well the whole season.
Yeah.
And then she just like kind of crashed and burned towards the end.
Because I'm telling you, she has like this like weird need to be a part of things, and especially when it comes to Gina, and like I just feel like she starts short circuiting, and it's crazy to me because sometimes like she's a very strong, smart woman, but when she gets like her feelings hurt or if she feels like wrong, she just starts she starts not making any sense to me.
Yeah, and it's very intense feelings coming at you that feel so misdirected.
Yes. That's exactly what it does. It feels completely misdirected.
And so you don't know how to respond.
Yeah. Like, I just didn't understand why she was coming at Jen so much, why she was coming at Heather so much. It's just, like, the people that I felt like needed that energy, she wasn't directing it towards, and I just couldn't get with it.
Yeah, hold on. Sis! No. She's so cute. Jen clarified, she's like, just want you guys to know I was not like having sex in cars or anything like that. And Andy goes, who here believes that she was only having an emotional affair? And Tamra makes like a face. So she tells the story of Cabo, which was pretty damning. She's like, we were in Cabo and Ryan told us that he was having an affair with you. And this is where for me, I was like, oh, I think this is like the real story for Tamra. Mm-hmm. I think that since Jen hadn't told her and here Ryan is telling her, Tamra's like, I didn't even know you were having a hard time in your marriage. So she's like, what a fucking bitch. She didn't fucking tell me. Like, why wouldn't she tell me she's having an affair? And then when she finds out that Ryan is also like cheating on her, she's like, and Eddie was friends with Will, clearly. Yeah. So she sides with Will, and then and then Ryan's cheating on her, and she's like, and she thinks that she destroyed her family. You destroyed your family for Ryan. It's like Tamra, it's not the like woman empowering thing to do, to be like, yeah, I think she did destroy her family and she sucks and I sided with her ex-husband. But that's what Tamra feels. Yeah.
I mean, it's just still like a little much though from Tamra. I'm like,
it's a little projecting. Someone on TikTok said, I think that she's projecting because now I needed to ask this question. Is it true that Tamra started hooking up with Eddie before she was divorced? Because I really thought that like she got the divorce and then she met Eddie, and I mean, I know it was fast, but
I actually don't know for sure. Do you want me to consult my?
Yes, please consult with your panel.
Hey panel, do we know if Tamra was talking to Eddie before she divorced Simon, or was it? There's a picture with them together.
Rumors that yes, it's never been confirmed, but there's been some talk about. There's a picture floating around where Eddie's like into this.
Okay, so my friend Shirla says that there's a picture floating around where Eddie is like they're seen together during the time of Tamra and Simon, and then they both said that there have always been rumors that it was not. They don't know if it's been confirmed, but there has always been rumblings that it was not like a seamless transition. It was overlap. Thank you guys.
Thank you, panel. So I could see her being a little projecty, like a little like, well, when I left my husband, I left him for a good guy. You're leaving him for a bad guy. and listeners and viewers, I'm getting a picture of, is that Simon in the picture?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no. Eddie knew Simon. I knew that.
Oh,
That's right.
Oh, okay. So Eddie knew Simon.
Eddie knew Simon from a gym thing or something. But yeah, he knew Simon, I thought.
Okay. Wait, can you send this to me?
Yeah, and then send it to me.
Yeah.
And I've seen that photo, and I think.
Thank you, Sherla. That was very quick.
I know, she got that fast. I think
she was taking a nap. She popped up. She popped up, said, "There's a picture," and started Googling.
Oh my God. Okay, so it's possible she's projecting too, because she's so angry at her, and Heather, they all start like going at her, and Heather goes, "Okay, but why is she getting attacked in all of this?" Andy under his breath is like, "That's what I'm wondering."
Exactly. That's
like,
I'm confused by that.
But then when Tamra answers, she's like, "Because she's defending him and it gets frustrating and I want better for you." I'm like, so that's how you handle that?
That when she said that, Emily, that I think I yelled at the TV at that point, because it just is like, you're lying. You're lying. You are mad at her. You don't like you
don't approve of the cheating.
You don't approve of the cheating, which is fine, but like stop. I just don't like that she's pretending that it's coming from a place of love.
Yes,
when it so clearly isn't. Like bringing the text messages from the girl. What is your end goal, Tamra? That's what I need to know. Like, because to me, it's to embarrass and expose like everything. Like not to like get her away. Like, cause she knows everything. She keeps saying she knows everything. So it's not giving her new information. It's to expose it to all of us and to embarrass her.
Yeah,
it's to embarrass her.
Like, why hasn't Tamra, if she was a friend of hers, why hasn't she had this conversation with her like prior? Like when they're like, they weren't talking, they were barely speaking when Jen joined the show.
Yeah.
I assumed that Tamra had tried to have these conversations with Jen, and Jen was like being weird about it. And so she was like, "I can't fucking deal with this. Like, you are in a toxic relationship and you won't listen to reason." Yeah. But it seems like this is all the first time she's exposing this stuff. So it is confusing. I actually, though, didn't hate the text messages just because it seemed like Jen didn't actually totally know and was like trying to pretend she did a little bit. And definitely. Maybe because I'd seen the video going in, like I'd seen that Instagram video going in, that I was like, I think
my main thing is, do I think that Jen knows everything? No, I don't. But what the thing is, it's very clear to me that Jen, you can tell her, you could show a picture, a video of this man having sex with another woman. She was like, I've seen it. So it's like, I just don't, like, she doesn't want to know or doesn't want to care, so I can't care. Like, she's made it very clear she wants to be with this man no matter what. Mm-hmm. And I'm on the Heather train, where we can love you and we can be there for you and we can want the best for you, but it's your decision and you have like. So I'm just so with Heather on this whole Jen thing. I think Heather feels the same way everybody else does, but it's not her relationship. She can't make her decisions. Like,
But then they go back and forth and get really ugly. She's like, because Jen's like, "You're a piece of shit friend." She's like, "Fuck you, you cheater."
See, it was like, Tamra, you were just apologizing for being like that earlier towards Jen, and then she just immediately flings the cheater.
God, that was on the tip. That was on the ready. You had
it was so quick. It was like Tourette's. She could not wait to like. She wanted to be like, cheater, bitch, whore.
Yeah. Andy goes, "Okay, but Tamra, the perception is you brought her on and then shit all over her." And I do think it's funny that Andy plays into that narrative. Like, yes, she brought her on. It's like, you know that they asked for like pictures of her Instagram. They're like, who's this? And then they just called somebody who had the best story. But then Tamra, those text messages, they were so Gina's Gina's like, "Okay, guys, but like, seriously, how bad could it be?" But then Andy reads one of them and it's like, "If I wasn't driving home from San Diego, I would make you meet me at my house naked." And Gina goes, "Wait, he said that?" Oh. Wait. Okay. And then Jen goes, yeah, but they only slept together once. And Gina goes, ooh.
It's one of those things where you're like, listen, girl, like, I'm trying here. I'm trying, but it's.
Are you sure? Are you sure you want?
Or like Heather and Gina tried their best to be so neutral for her because the other ladies are just coming at her so hard, and it was just like
making it really hard.
I was like, you need to like listen here. I understand that Ryan's gonna Ryan, but you need to tell him to tighten up, okay? Because there are plenty of women out there that like know that their partner cheats, and then they have a little arrangement, and that's what I'm feeling is what's happening here. But they need to have respectfully cheat on you, okay? He's loosey goosey. Like no, tighten it up,
Jesus. All right. Andy asked Shannon, what was your perspective on your bestie Tamra's behavior towards Jen? Shannon goes into her like I'm choked up sort of tone. She kept going into that. She kept going right into like I felt like
hands,
you
the Shannon hands.
The Shannon Barbie hands. I liked Tamra and Emily being like, shut the fuck up. Okay, you were just as petty. You were. She's like, I wasn't. No, I wasn't. And then Gina's like, yeah, you were. I heard it too, bitch. So don't even fucking try it. Okay. But then Gina goes, oh, and given her track record, you can choose to believe it. And Shannon goes, I don't have a track record of trying to screw people, Gina. That's you. I was like, no,
that was a really good Shannon.
Was it?
Yeah.
Shannon's hard to do.
Shannon, I think you had the mannerisms and like she
Barbie
does
hands.
have the like when and then like that when she is back to, it was like the plate. Like it's not even my plate. Like that was the tone.
Yeah, she goes there really easily.
She
goes there really, really easily. But Jen does call out Tamra. The dick pic, I even said this on the pod. The dick pic thing, like if it really was an accident, like let's put it this way. If I got a message from Sean of a dick pic, I would message you immediately and be like, was this on purpose? And you'd be like, oh my God. And I would delete it. But the fact it is gross that Tamra was like, let me take a screenshot of that dick pic and held on to it.
I'm sorry. But it's like also like that is such a Tamra thing. There's no way she was not gonna keep that. She's like, this is in my arsenal. Literally, I cannot wait till the right moment to pull this out.
Mm-hmm. It said my limp dick misses you, which is just so gross. But okay,
so
Jen
weird.
Jen gets all tongue tied here though. This was bad in my opinion. I was like, oh girl. She's like, we were going on a date that night. Ryan was getting in the shower. And I was like, hold on. You told us at Nobu that it was on a plane.
I was like, I could have swore it was a plane.
You were on a plane. And I was like, where's the plane? Why was he getting in the shower now? And so she's lying. She's 100% lying. Because then Emily's like, and you went on Instagram and told a different story and said that you were at home not feeling well and he sent it to you to make you feel better. And Jen was like, I was talking about why he sent me the dick picture. It was a personal moment. Okay, girl. What I'm thinking is he didn't send it to all the people in his phone like he had said or whatever. He's like, I accidentally sent it to everyone. I think he meant to send it to another Heather or another woman.
I'm still trying to like, what kind of phone do you have? Because I'm trying to think, just logistically, I've never believed the lie or whatever they're saying. I just, I was like,
I did. I'm such an idiot. I was like,
you really thought I'm just thinking, okay, for an
iPhone.
iPhone, like if you're sending a picture, you have to type in, like you don't, it doesn't just highlight your contacts. So I'm like, what kind of phone you have?
It's so intentional. It's so
like, what kind of phone do you have? Oh, it was a Snap? Why is he on a Snapchat?
Well, that's what Tamra says. Who the hell sends pictures of their dick on Snapchat? And Heather's like, all right, well, they're, adults. And Tamra looks at Andy and goes, you do? I thought it was so funny because I couldn't tell if Andy was mad at her for saying that or if he was like, okay, I can't deny it because there's probably going to be a million Snapchats of my dick coming out soon.
Oh, right, yeah.
He's like,
I'm sure. Like he was like, I send that all the time.
He was like, I can't deny it outwardly because I'm sure you're about to pop. He's like, I don't know what you have on your phone, Tamra.
No one has ever came with any receipts for Andy. Like, what if I'm that would be interesting.
Oh yeah, and there are so many crazy blind items about Andy too. He's just like a dirty birdie. Like he likes to be dirty. Jen to Emily is if I told you that Shane was a shitty husband, that would suck because like I don't know him. So like why can't you meet me where my relationship is now? Emily gets so defensive at first. She's if you want to compare Shane and Ryan, well, we can.
I was like,
it was an analogy. You're smart enough to understand what she fucking meant.
That's what I mean, though, Emily. Like that Emily, I'm like, she's a very intelligent. She's a lawyer. She's smart. Like you know what she's saying, and like my friend Shirla made a point. Like, or was it Julie? One of them. They made a point, and they were like, she's just intentionally choosing to not understand the analogy because it would make her in the wrong. And it was Julissa.
Yes. Get it right. Get it right. But then Emily claims that she's like, the 2 times I went to Target and this person came up to me, someone came up to me. I was like, what?
The 2 times she went to Target really took me out.
I was like, what does that mean? And then someone told her that she was the whore of Newport. I'm like, that doesn't even sound real. That doesn't.
Why are strangers in Target? Why are you having a conversation with strangers in Target about Jen?
And they're like, that Ryan guy is bad. What?
What were you getting at Target? I want to know.
Details. But like this makes Shannon cry. Like she goes into her, she's like, I've seen you with him and I see how happy that you are. And it's always my wish for you to find that person.
Okay, every time Shannon is talking about Jen, she's talking about herself, and it's just like, I was like, we all know you're talking about you and that man.
She's like, so people need to stop talking about other people's relationships, okay? Right? Am I right?
Every single time I was like, I get it. We get it. You would like us to stop talking about you and, what is this, John?
Yes, it's John.
We get it. They're like, no one should be talking about Shannon's relationship because she is going off the fucking rails and hitting houses. and pretending to walk dogs right after.
I live for that visual of Shannon being like, just walking the dog, just out here.
Just walking.
Oh, so, yes, officer, can I help you? Oh, interesting.
I did not hit that house with my car.
Oh, this car? Maybe. I can't remember.
Your car is smoking and on fire. No, it's not.
Okay, I'm going to jail now. Andy asks a shady fucking question. He goes, do you think he has a thing for married women? And she goes, no. And then he goes, do you like his denim jackets? And she goes, I love them. I'm like, okay, girl.
Like, no one loves those.
No one loves those. No one loves them. Although, I can't remember. I don't know who they were talking about. Was it Taylor's new guy, the Kelts guy or whatever? Didn't he come in? He went somewhere with like the painting on his jacket.
Oh, okay.
And it really justified it for Ryan. Ryan's like, I'm ahead of fashion.
I really wouldn't be surprised if next season Ryan says, I have a line of denim jackets now. And that's going to be his new thing.
You guys.
Yeah,
totally.
He's like, I have a line of denim. Oh, he does? Oh, yeah. He really is about to come out with a line of denim jackets.
He should do a YouTube channel where he makes the denim jackets. And yeah, he should do all of that.
I think he should really lean into the denim jackets just to piss everyone
all
off.
All the way in.
And then put no shirt.
Oh,
no
yeah.
shirt. No shirt underneath.
Maybe even cut off the sleeves.
Yes, just really irritate the shit out of all of them.
Irritate them so much, yes. Taylor joins and they go to Heather's package, which I was like, because I forgot it's going to be mainly like Taylor versus Heather. And Heather whispers over to Gina, like, she's been talking all kinds of shit about me in the press and on Watch What Happens Live. Andy brings up that paparazzi video though, and Taylor's like, I've known some of those paparazzi for like 15 years. So I was just playing with them. I was like, I have no doubt that they were like, Taylor is drunk at that steak place. Let's go get it. They probably get this kind of content from Taylor all the time.
Oh, I'm pretty sure Taylor was drunk when she was on the couch. Like,
Totally.
when is Taylor not drunk?
Agreed. Terry apparently though had a stroke at the Ivy, and this is the craziest story.
I actually am thankful for that story because I didn't know that's the symptoms after a stroke is like belligerency.
Neither did
I didn't know any. Is that a word?
Sure. But like honestly, I was like she had to chase him down the 405. I'm like, what?
That's super scary.
That it turns out he had a stroke, and she's like, it was a tiny stroke, and then she explains, she's so smart, she explains like what it was, but then she goes, you're born with it. You know, Hailey Bieber, Kim Zolciak had it, and I don't know why, like as soon as she said Hailey Bieber, like, ooh, chic, okay.
What didn't it feel chic to have a stroke?
I was like, oh, Hailey Bieber has it? Never mind, it's not just a Terry thing. Okay, cool, actually. If you can have any type of stroke, you want that one.
Also, like, she really explained a stroke very clearly to me, and in a way that I've never been able to comprehend.
She put her hand gestures really
I
helped
saw.
us out. I was like,
I could see the body. I was like, okay, it travels up the leg. There is a hole in the heart that travels up the
there,
and it goes to the brain, and then you get a stroke.
Yes, that's a stroke.
That's what a fucking stroke is.
Yeah, I had no idea.
Thank you, Heather Dubrow.
No, she's so
She
smart.
should have taught my science class in grade school.
For real, seriously. Heather, though, says that it was scary because if he had had that stroke in his sleep and they didn't know about it, he would have gotten on the plane like they planned to go to New York and died on the plane.
That kind of stuff is super scary because it's just
right?
like just everything happened just
like
one little thing differently that day could have cost him his life.
That is wild. Okay. This part's great though. Heather goes, look, it's like as she's telling the story, she's like, and honestly, I'm only like 3 weeks out from this and I haven't fully processed it, but I've scheduled my breakdown for this weekend. So we're good for now.
God, like, I don't know. Like, I think
Chic.
this part one of Heather just really, I liked Heather this whole season, don't get me wrong, but part one I was just like, I think I just like am obsessed. Like she scheduled her breakdown. Okay, Heather.
Okay.
I like that.
Me too. I wish I could have that kind of control.
Yeah, and then
like
she almost gets triggered later. She's like, nope.
I'm not doing it yet.
Before the schedule.
It's amazing.
I said, yes. Yes,
it's
Heather.
Amazing. Andy asked Taylor about her movie, and Taylor's like, we filmed some of it because of the strike, though we had to stop. And the role Heather was going to get and ended up being cast by a really big actor. She can't say who, but Eric Roberts did the first one. And I'm like, honey, that's not
impressive.
That's not something to be. That's so Taylor though. She like lives in the 80s.
Yeah,
like, the 80s are like that's when she peaked. So she's like, Eric Roberts. Ever heard of him?
Well, the thing is,
yes.
Eric Roberts, by the way, is an excellent actor, and he actually holds the record for being in the most movies. And there's a reason because he actually, Sean and I talk about this all the time. It's randomly Eric Roberts because he's really good, but he's been in so many movies. He literally, Emily can, if you give him like a check of like a few $1,000s, he'll go do your student film or whatever. Like, I'm not joking. That's why he has so many like credits. So it's really not that impressive to get Eric Roberts because as long as you give him a check, he will show up and he will do the thing. Like, so,
like Angela Bassett.
Yes.
Angela Bassett did the thing. Viola Davis, my woman king.
Taylor explains why it felt condescending with it when Heather was like, "Oh, that's so cute," and then was like, "Where's Oklahoma?" I liked Heather's explanation. She goes, "I'm not Magellan."
God.
Which
it's
is
so
like,
good.
Which is like, okay. And then actually like other people were like Gina and Emily were like, no, she's really bad at geography. Like, this is like a known thing. Like, what are you talking about? But she says, I was just wanting to make that acting moment about you. And not like, oh, now I'm going to get a movie, which I could see that. I could actually understand that.
I think Taylor was in her head about the whole thing. And there's a lot of projection towards Heather, in my opinion. There are a lot of people deciding that Heather thinks that she's better and all of these things. And it's Heather. I actually have not seen Heather act in that way. And honestly, like I'm shocked that she doesn't act like that towards them, because she is not better at all. I'm not saying that, but she is like in this like whole other like crazy bracket of like she's in the literal 1%. And I actually feel like she's pretty grounded. She's on this show, for God's sakes. Like,
it's like she's been rich for a really long time, guys. There's being her friend, you're gonna have to deal with that.
I know, yes, but she can't. She like, what do you want her to do? Throw her bags of money away?
She is, yeah. Like she's gonna say things like after shoveling shit, she's gonna say it's nice to see that people do this sort of stuff.
Yeah, and she mean
her though, guys.
Yeah, like she like really meant that though. Like
I wasn't offended. Like I wasn't like, why either. Can't you laugh at that? Like, well, she doesn't know like how they do stuff.
It's so funny because they all say that Heather doesn't have this like sense of humor or like whatever and stuff like that. But I'm like, is it you guys? Like,
yeah, you guys just take it's like you don't like that she is rich and out of touch, but that she can't help it at this point.
Yeah.
Okay, her kids are 18 and they were rich before they had the kid, or as they had the kids, and they've just gotten richer and richer. So that's a lot of years to be super rich.
Yeah.
She's out of touch. But
she's out of touch.
If you want to be her friend, that's what you got to do.
And I feel like she's also super generous with you guys. So, like, just take your little gift bags she gives you a gift bag every time you see her. So, like, I don't know what your guys' issue is.
Seriously.
If I had a friend that gave me a gift bag every single time, I would shut the hell up. Let me just
I love my rich friend.
I love my rich friend. I go on jets. I have a good life. I'm blessed.
I'm blessed. Andy brings up that it was Tamra who was the one who said the 1900s. And Tamra goes, first of all, we talked about how great her career was. I was like, no, you didn't.
That must have got cut because I didn't see it.
Because you were like, one episode. I was like, that's shade. You were throwing shade at her career. And then she's like, it was just because I said 1900s that we laughed. I'm like, it was all tone. And it's not how it. But Heather presents a hypothetical. If I was like, wow, it's been 9 years with the gym and you're no Equinox, Tamra goes, well, I'm secure enough to brush it off. Gina steps in and she goes, well, maybe it's sensitive for her. And exactly, it's okay for Heather to be sensitive about something. Yeah. But Heather also does need to just like admit that about herself. Like, I am a little insecure about my acting career. And so that's like the one place you could get me. Yeah. That would shut Tamra up. Like, I am insecure because I did quit acting and I loved acting and then I had kids, and it does freak me out that I can't get back into it. So you seemingly making fun of it sucked.
I actually,
what you got now, Tamra?
I think that actually would have been a really good rebuttal. That's a good point, Emily. But also, I just want to say, I don't buy for one fucking second that Tamra would have not been upset if someone said that about her gym. You want to know why? Because she got upset when Jen simply posted a picture on the same day as
Tamra closing her gym.
Exactly. So don't fucking tell me that you wouldn't be upset because you're secure with yourself, bitch.
Let's remember, too, Heather, they got in a fight. It was Shannon's first season. There was a fight between Heather and Tamra where Tamra thought that Heather was like intentionally dissing Cut Fitness because she hosted about being, or she was on some news segment thing and they were like, we're going to talk about this fitness place. And Tamra was like, why wouldn't you do Cut Fitness? And it became a whole fight. Like, it was a few episodes of them fighting with each other about it. So she was very sensitive.
It's just like Tamra, like I've just seen Tamra get upset about this most minute thing that I just wouldn't believe for a second that if someone was coming after, she talks about Cut Fitness every freaking second she can, which I'm not, that's your business and you're proud of it, but just be honest. Like, that was a great comparison and you just didn't want to give her, just like Emily earlier, you didn't want to acknowledge the analogy because it would make you wrong.
Boom.
Not well, bitch.
I went through a phase where I did not like to buy myself clothes. I just was really uncomfortable in my own skin, and I was like, ugh, I just want to wear potato sacks. That's it. So now I'm feeling a little bit better about myself, and I need all the clothes. My closet is bare. So along came Quince. They sponsored the pod. And did you guys know that they've got basically all the top-notch capsule wardrobe pieces for 50 to 80% less than similar brands? I didn't know that. A lot of you have actually been excited about this sponsorship. A lot of Quince lovers out there. So I'm a little late to the game. So the reason Quince can do this is because they partner directly with top factories. So they cut out the cost of the middleman and they pass those savings right on to us, baby. And Quince only works with factories that use safe, ethical, and responsible manufacturing practices and premium fabrics and finishes. That's very important. I got the best yoga pants or workout pants I've ever had. Like, these are way better than Lululemon. Way better. I got this epic everyday round the house robe. I live in this thing, live in it. I get sad when I have to wash it because I have to be without it for like 2 hours. Take the drama out of planning an outfit and upgrade your closet with Quince today. Go to quince.com/shespeaks for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That's QUINCE.com/shespeaks and get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/shespeaks.
Enough!
Andy asks about Gina shoveling shit with Heather and like, what was that whole warning about? Gina pulls a Tamra and she's like, look, I wasn't trying to shit on Tamra. I was just letting her know. I'm like, no, you literally were. You were Tamra, watch out for her. So just own that. Taylor interrupts to bring I love this though. Taylor's like, by the way, Tamra, you pulled her into the bathroom and talked about the whole IMDb thing rather than having the conversation in front of me. Tamra pulls the most toxic response. She goes, well, I mean, we had the conversation sitting down. Heather got upset. She left. I followed her and we were in the bathroom. I mean, I didn't know I had to invite you. That is it's a very like gaslighty, toxic boyfriend thing to do. Like, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know how to invite you. It's like, no, you knew that it was going to be shady because Taylor's like, well, when she went to the bathroom, she wasn't furious. And then she came out and she was furious. No, she wasn't. She was mad the whole time. Bitch, you are shady. Tamra, are you in therapy? You need therapy.
But this is my point. Like, and they still didn't Taylor, like, these are like, you should have came in hot. Like, I'm glad she did, address it with Tamra, but she still let her off the hook. Like, I feel like she lingered on the soup talk on the last episode longer than that whole setup that Tamra did in the bathroom with Heather. Like,
well, it could have been cut.
That's true.
They cut a lot of Taylor's segment. Like, it felt like she was out there for 15 minutes, but she was probably out there for like an hour.
I do think that they should put more Taylor in next season because I honestly, that last episode was just everything for me.
Yeah, she's so fucking crazy. Taylor to Heather. You said fuck you and you called me anti-female. I work tirelessly for women and children of domestic abuse. I've raised millions of dollars. So don't you ever call me anti-female because that is bullshit. I just want to say something. Okay. Philanthropy does not equate being a good person. I know a lot of really toxic people who are super into doing charity work. And it's like, that doesn't equate to it. So she was just saying it because you didn't support another woman's career. And Taylor goes, I was trying to get you a role in a movie I'm an underling in. That is supporting your career.
I can't.
It still sounds so insulting.
It because it is.
It's still like so insulting. Like, I need Taylor to get me an acting job. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, what?
First of all, that whole thing, I thought Heather did handle that really well because, quite frankly, it was beneath Heather. Like, if Taylor is a part of the project, it just lost its validity for me completely.
Or if Taylor's able to hand out roles for the project, that's a huge red flag. Like, why?
Huge. Huge. And also,
please don't say Eric Roberts again as like a selling point.
It's not a selling point. And also, Taylor is a drunk. And I'm sorry, if someone has casted her in this project, I have to question the safety of the set
of the project.
I just don't think it would be a good environment. I'm sorry. And that's real.
Tamra brings up the whole get me off this fucking show thing. And Tamra's like, how? She's like, so hurt. How do you think that makes us feel? Like, do you think you're better than us? Do you not want to work with us? I'm like, that was after she was in a bad mood. Like, Tamra, you've said wild shit before. I don't think it was like Tamra takes what you say, and when she repeats it, it's like so skewed to be so mean. It's like, get me off this fucking show. I'm sure she was like, get me off this fucking show. Like, kind of joking.
Throwaway.
Like, she's not like, it was not that fucking deep, but I was like annoyed that Heather had to like defend herself and be like, this is what that was. It's like, oh God, you guys, like, you've probably said get me off this show a million times. Shannon storms out of every scene.
It's just like crazy because it's like, I really don't want to have to keep trying to like defend Heather, but she is their target, like everyone's target for the most part, besides like, I guess Gina and Jen right now. But they even had a go at her. So it's just like I don't know why people don't get it. Piling up on one person, no matter, it's never a good look. The audience does not like a pile-on. We do not like a pile-on. I didn't like it when they were doing it to Shannon last season.
Yeah, and you're right. Like, Emily, like, out of nowhere joins into this. Like, this was not even, it didn't even make sense. She's like, well, if you're about supporting women, which, by the way, that was like 5 minutes ago, why didn't you take up for me with Tamra when she said I wasn't a lawyer? And Tamra's like, I didn't say that. So technically, Tamra said she's not a practicing attorney. But the tone was absolutely, because Heather goes, but wasn't she once before? And Tamra goes, well, I mean, let's just say when I met her, she was a party planner. So the tone absolutely was you dissing her career. But this makes Emily cry. And she's like, I'm so tired of this not a real lawyer thing. But Gina then steps in and she goes, just like how Heather is not a real actress. Like, it's not right. And then she's like, I just wish you had stuck up for me in that moment. You've never stuck up for her, though. Like, I don't see Emily. How? Oh, wait, did I miss last season? Did they do that a lot? Did they stick up? Did Emily and Gina stick up for Heather all the time?
I don't think so. And
so that's why I'm so confused.
But that Heather didn't need to be stuck up for last season. There was like nothing to have Heather's back on because everyone's so far up her ass. Like, the only person that needed help last season was honestly Shannon. Like.
So no, like Emily being like, why didn't you stick up for me? I'm like, but you don't do that for her. You let people talk shit about her in a group all the time.
Yeah.
Right?
I completely agree. I do not understand where this energy is coming from Emily. Yeah, it's very bizarre like to me.
Misdirected. Andy asks about why Heather didn't tell about the sale of her house. And she's like, look, I didn't mean for it to get leaked to the press. I want to ask you this. I had Mandy Slutzker on once, and she said that she thought Heather was the one who leaked it to the press, and that way she could like bring it up in Mexico. I didn't totally buy that theory, but I just want to try that out on you.
So she could bring it up in Mexico? It didn't seem like she really wanted to bring it up at all.
That's what I said. Like, I felt like I was being so naive for a second, but then I was like, I don't know why she would want to. She would want to control the way the women found out.
I just feel like I don't think so. I would need. I feel
justified.
I would need a better explanation than that to believe that. You know what I mean?
I agree. Tamra and Shannon are like, you didn't think we were happy for you? Ladies, you were not happy for us.
Did you just see the like montage of what?
No, she didn't think you were going to be happy for you. Were not.
None of us watching thought you guys would be happy for Heather. Absolutely not.
Did you really think? Yeah, guys. Viewer question: does Heather agree that everyone is jealous and that is why she's picked on? Heather does not subscribe to that word, but Heather, she again nails it. She's like, I find myself to be a pretty self-realized person who wants to be better, and then Shannon whispers so much talking. And
I hated that.
Excuse me? And Shannon claims she has to go to the bathroom. I'm like, No, you don't.
No, she just.
Why would you say so much talking? I don't know.
Shannon has decided she has her friend Tamra back, and she went into that reunion like earmuffs. Nothing Heather says will penetrate me. I do not like Heather anymore. I've decided I have my best friend Tamra back, and I don't need to be friends with Heather. And so she's literally zones out anytime Heather's talking. She doesn't want to empathize. She doesn't want to understand.
Yep.
Shannon has zero. She does not want anything to do with Heather.
Yep.
Like, at all. It's very clear.
Emily goes, Heather, do you think the reason you feel isolated is because you get offended by everything everyone does? It's like, that's a fucked up question.
It was very.
Heather's like, I don't get offended by everything. Heather is sensitive. That's fine. Heather is sensitive, but Emily was like pushing it with that. Like, that's not the problem. It's also like you haven't been very nice to her this whole season. Like, there's clip after clip of you being savage with Heather, and she's trying her best to like not lose it. But then when you're joking and teasing her, she assumes it's not out of play and joy. It's like because you don't like her.
Exactly. And I think she doesn't like her.
I was glad that Andy goes, do you guys think she doesn't have a sense of humor? And thankfully, Tamra and Gina were like, she has a sense of humor. Emily didn't say anything. Emily was like, no. I'm like, you need to get this grudge and fix it.
I think that she does have a sense of humor. And I think that I feel like you guys want her to be some like cold, frigid person because she has bags and bags of money. Like, so she's like, she can't possibly be fun and like jovial or like lighthearted because she's so rich. She has to be like, it's just what I'm seeing of Heather isn't what they're painting her out to be. And that's the bottom line. Like, but I've seen plenty of rich people that I feel that way about. Like, she's just not being one of those types of people, in my opinion.
I agree. Taylor then chimes in and she's like, Heather, when I was talking to you in Mexico, I wanted you to know that I was there for you. I'm like, what? And Heather goes, thanks a lot. But can you stop talking shit about me on social media and in the press? And she's like, you're going to have to show me what you're talking about. And Heather goes, look in your archives. Just look through your own fucking stories, Taylor. I'm not going to sit down and be like, then there was this. Like, be quiet.
Heather is so quick. That was a very really clear and concise way to shut her down.
Look in your archives. When they come back from the commercial break, the disclaimer comes up. This was filmed 10 days before Shannon's DUI. So we get Gina's package. Gina again gets into how she's more affected by the domestic violence versus the affair versus the domestic violence, because she really insists it was only that one time that she saw Matt like that. I don't even want to touch that. Heather is asked why she told, right? It's like, I can't even go there anymore. Heather is asked why she told Gina not to talk about Travis with Matt, or not to talk to Travis about Matt. Heather goes, all right, I haven't had a boyfriend in like 30 years. So back in my day, we were taught that. And Tamra's like, oh yeah, that's what I tell my daughters. But Emily chimes in and says something that I thought was interesting. It's different in a blended family, because she talks about Shane's ex all the time. And I was like, okay, I can kind of see that. I actually thought Heather was correct when she told Gina to stop like leaning on Travis so much about Matt. But I
was half and half on it. I got the sentiment that first of all, I always thought it was coming from a good place, but I got the sentiment of it. It's like, you don't want it to be something that she has to move past it in some way, and like she needs a therapist to get some of this out for sure. She really does, but she is allowed to talk to her partner about stuff like. So to keep him in the dark about all of her feelings, I don't think that, but she can't rely solely on Matt, which is what I feel like Heather was saying.
Mm-hmm. That's
exactly
what Heather was
saying. Not
what I
solely.
Thought too. That's what I thought. Then they get into the social media war over the skirt, because Gina wore the same skirt as Shannon on Watch What Happens Live. Gina does try to play like it was some sort of funny joke, but
I don't think it was.
This is the caption. The caption wasn't a joke. Remember, there is light at the end of the darkness. You will get there. And when you do, remember to remind of your worst times. Okay, sorry, whatever. It's not a joke. It's like, it's very serious. So Shannon then took it seriously. And then they went back and forth. Shannon, though, this is the start of her not taking any fucking accountability whatsoever. She's like, what? She also does this too. Shannon asks a rhetorical question that she can answer as part of, she goes, was it a snarky response? Yes. She will do that again. Was that unkind to say? Yes. It's like, just say you're fucking sorry or something. But she just keeps doing that. Incapable of accountability.
Gina really
just
is.
apologized though. She's like, look, I started it. I'll take it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck off. Andy says to Shannon at the last reunion, you said you would never bring up the DUI again. So why bring it up? Shannon, like I said, I didn't remember that I did that. Tamra goes, but here, why did you get so mad at Jen for saying it to Gina, but like it was already said on camera? And Shannon's like, I just thought Jen came and was like, all right, let's do my job. Let's stir the pot. And my immediate reaction was, Jen? Like, that's not Jen's vibe at all. Like, that's maybe like your friend Tamra's vibe or maybe even your vibe, but Jen, that's not Jen's vibe.
Jen is actually doing what everyone is saying that they wish that like Heather did or whatever. It's like she was sitting there, she heard it, and she just wanted to make sure, since she was present for it and it was a serious conversation, that she did, say, well, this is what was said. I didn't think that was stirring the pot. They would have been mad if Jen didn't say anything.
But then Andy goes, did you ever get that apology, Gina? And she's like, no. And Shannon goes, I said it at the table. Immediately, I was like, you really did not. Like, you were like not taking it on at all. And then you like left the table randomly. Like, you weren't focusing at all. And then you just like, kept like looking over, I'm assuming at production. And then eventually you're like, guys, I gotta go. And then just like left weird. Like, you did not in any way apologize.
I was really trying to think. I was like, no, I was like, I am almost positive she never even, because I thought she just pretty much what I remember from that conversation is her just saying I would never say that and just being adamant that she didn't say it. So for Shannon to say that it was established at that table that she had in fact said it, that wasn't true. She was denying that she said it. If anything, she would say, then I don't recall. Maybe she said, I don't recall saying that, but like it was still not 100% like I said it. And there was definitely no apology for it.
Mm-hmm. There was sort of, especially when you see it, like when you watch the show and you see it, a text should go through. Yeah. I'm so sorry. I really, I was drunk or something.
And the thing is, I can believe that she didn't remember it. Like, she doesn't remember half of her conversations when she's drunk with her. But yeah, like, it's just, as simple when the show airs and you see, in fact, I did say that. And she'd be like, I'm embarrassed. I'm sorry. That was crossing a line. And
yeah. And that's all you can say in that case. But she's like, because honestly, Gina, I didn't remember. But let me be clear about why I said it. I'm like, you kind of can't play both those cards. You got to say you just don't remember saying it. But she's like, now she's very clear on what her intention was in that moment that she doesn't remember. And it was that I wasn't saying your kids were going to be put in the system. It was if you had been arrested and they would have had to do something because there's no legal, I don't know. That's actually, I don't think that's true. I think they would wouldn't they have her call another adult or something like that? Can anyone care to weigh in on that? That if a mother is arrested and her kids are home alone, with her, wouldn't they ask if there's another adult? Like, can your mom come? Can your friend come or something? Or is that not right?
I'm not positive. I'm really just trying to think of like anything I've seen on SVU.
Me too. I'm trying to think that too.
I feel like they would probably take the kids to the station maybe and then see if they can get in touch with someone that could get the kids. I don't think that they would put them through the system right away.
Oh, no, that's what Shannon's saying they wouldn't do. They weren't going to be in the system, but if you had been arrested and an adult wouldn't have been there, they wouldn't have left your children there until you got your legal things taken care of. And I'm like, I don't know. Isn't that kind of the same thing?
Yeah.
I also have a feeling too that if they showed up and it was Gina being like, I had no idea, oh my God, I don't think it would have been the same thing as like.
Yeah, I feel like they would have like, cause she's not, first of all, she didn't like commit some like murder or anything like that. So it's not like they need to like grab her. Like if there's kids there, I'm sure they could have be like,
is there anyone that can watch the kids? That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Right? But I don't know if it's a legal requirement or something else, but whatever. But then Shannon says that Heather had just told her that Gina was talking about her relationship, which again, the fact that no one can talk about your relationship is just wild. Like, like if I was like, I was talking about you and Sean, why would you immediately assume it's bad? But Shannon knows her relationship is bad. So it's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was pissed at you. And Gina, I don't like you. We don't get along. So you don't know anything about me. I was like, whoa. It was very much like when Luke and Kyle had that fight on Summer House.
Yes.
And he's like, I don't like you. I'm like, ooh, burn.
I thought it was kind of funny that she just eventually was like, you know what? I just don't like you. Like in the sense of like.
So I meant it.
She's just like, I'm running out of reason. I don't like you. Yeah, that's
like
it.
you.
That's it. That's what I'm sticking with.
And then Gina goes, what are my kids' names?
Oh, God, it was so good.
And Shannon's like, Sienna and I'm drawing a blank. She just like, bitch, I've known you 6 years and you don't know my kids' names and you're going to drop a bomb like CPS, okay? The only thing you should be coming here with is an I'm sorry. Shannon cannot. Was it an unkind thing to say about CPS? Yes. So say you're sorry. Gina's like, then she goes, my children! My children! I have been saying that all fucking night. All my children! Over and over again. Keep screaming, Gina. I loved it. I loved it so much. It was so bad.
That was like the best part of the entire reunion.
It's like she went to a whole different place. Like she was like, I felt like that. I felt it. Like that came from such a guttural, like I felt her intention. Like it was like, my children. Like she's like, do you hear me?
I honestly, the thing is, I understood how terrible the comment was during the season, and I understood Gina being upset about it during the season. But I didn't feel that like emotion until this part 1 of like how much she was upset and how much it affected her. And just honestly, it was like watching someone in a courtroom, the way she got Shannon all like flustered, like just like saying, what are my kids' names? Just like I feel like it was in the middle of another sentence and it was just so quick and it threw her off. And that's what I was like, Gina, bring more of this in the actual season. Cause so far you're crushing the reunion. And
yeah,
I find myself tolerating you.
Yeah. And Shannon does her teary voice. Gina, it was established at the table at the farms that I made that statement. And Gina goes, no, that's not what happened at all. You're just not a nice person. And Shannon goes, Gina, do you want me to write a list of all the kind things I have done for you? That is Shannon in a nutshell. And Gina reads her down. She goes, because that's what you do. You're like, if someone's telling you did something wrong, you're like, but this one time I was so nice to you. Do you see what I did? I sacrificed all this stuff. It's like, just say you're fucking sorry right now for that thing. And Shannon does what she also always does. She goes, because you're painting me out to be this horrible person. You did it, Shannon. You did that thing, so it's your own actions. Like, Gina's not doing anything but saying, please apologize to me for that. And you're like, I'm not some horrible person. Just say you're sorry, Shannon. Okay, I'm excited, though, because I haven't liked Shannon for years. And it's because of all the things she's doing right now. So I'm like, okay, I wasn't wrong. Like, Shannon sucks at this shit.
No, the thing is, I actually did not like Shannon because of all of this, and this is how she is. It was only last season where I was like, dang.
Because they were all,
So it kind of threw me that, and I was like, maybe also because she doesn't she didn't have Tamra. She's not as bad without Tamra. When she gets with Tamra, they're a very toxic duo.
They are a toxic duo.
They're a very toxic duo, and Shannon becomes the Emily for me in that dynamic. Was it the Gina? Either way, like when Emily and Gina are together and Tamra and Shannon are together, I cannot stand the dynamic. It's annoying. I can't stand it.
Shannon in her super defensive Barbie hands. I'm going to put the mic down so that I can demonstrate what she does.
Okay.
She always claps them together like that.
This has been the most like you've ever performed in your podcast. It's great.
My back hurts.
You are because you're working, girl.
My back hurts from standing. Oh no. Whoops, I fixed it. It's all good.
This is the best.
I'm so glad because like whenever we have to switch up locations, you never know like how we're gonna do. This was a fun recording.
I feel like you're like you have my energy and I have
yours. Yes. Why? Isn't that weird?
What's happening here? Is it Freaky Friday?
Ooh. Gina ends it with the great crying monologue about how her kids are almost going to be on social media. Now there's this clickbait headline, Gina, CPS, children taken away. And that's where they wrap it up for next week.
Mm-hmm.
Great part 1.
That was a really strong part 1.
Do we think we're going to get 3 parts? I could probably look that up.
I'm trying to think, would we need 3 parts?
I actually prefer I prefer a 2-part. I really do.
I don't think there was enough that happened in this season to require 3 parts.
Yeah. Just condense it down for us because honestly, I don't like when it's 3 parts because there's usually a lot of filler in the middle part.
Yeah. I don't think that there needs to be a 3rd part, but
okay, let's see what episodes they have listed. Reunion part 1. Oh wait, reunion part 2? That's it. It looks like that's it.
Okay, great. I think that makes sense.
That's the move. That is the move.
Because I'm not going to lie, reunions have been starting to disappoint me, and they're usually my favorite.
They're usually the best, but I agree. No, I'm right there with you.
I didn't even watch Atlanta's reunion. I saw so many clips and the season was just so lackluster for me that I just like didn't feel the need to.
The reunion was actually really good.
Was it?
Yeah, compared
Maybe
to
I'll
the
watch
season,
it.
especially because Drew fucking crushed it. Sheree and Marlo looked pathetic. They're like all siding with Ralph. I'm like, wrong team, idiots.
Oh, that's so. Wasn't Candy also?
Candy disappointed as well. But anyway, all right, I got a hair appointment I got to get to, so let's wrap this up. Pia, thank you so much for being here all the way in New York City, right? That's where you are?
Yes.
Okay, guys, love you. Mean it. We'll see you next time. Bye. Thank you so much for watching and for listening to She Speaks Bravo with Emily Hanks. If you haven't already, would you mind leaving a 5-star rating and review on whatever platform you listen? That would be amazing. And if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you are subscribed and hit that bell so you don't miss an episode. And if you're looking for more content, more exclusive bonus content, check out the Patreon. I post 2 exclusive episodes a month, and I'm covering just the Bravo jams, like Classic Roni, Atlanta, and of course Vanderpump Rules. If you just want to support the show, head to buymeacoffee.com/SheSpeaksBravo and buy me a coffee or 2 or 5. We also have merch available at SheSpeaksBravo.com. And if you're interested in hearing my takes on non-Bravo shows, check out my new podcast, She Speaks It All. I cover The Challenge, Drag Race, and any other show I'm obsessed with that's not Bravo. She Speaks It All is available everywhere you get your podcasts, just like this show. Make sure you're following me on the social medias. I am She Speaks Bravo across all platforms. Thank you so much for any support you give the show, even if it's just listening. Appreciate you, love you, mean it. I'll see you soon.